Congratulations, Ichiro, CC Sabathia, and Billy Wagner. You are Hall of Famers. We did a little reaction video after yesterday's announcement. So if you want to check that out later on YouTube, we spent about 20 minutes talking about those three. Any thoughts on the results?
Who's the guy? I just want to know who the guy was that didn't vote for Ichiro. Like 393 people voted for him. Who's the one guy?
Do we care?
Come out and say it. I mean, John Heyman called him a numbskull. I'm just calling him a loser because just pick the one. Just who is it? Everyone should have to release their ballot. I know they don't have to. A lot of people elect to because then it leads to discussion. But who was the one guy, the one person, the one woman, the one alien out there that didn't choose the Ichiro?
Do you know whose fault that is?
That'd be the Hall of Fame?
Hall of Fame.
Because they don't make them?
The writers voted to make everything public. The Hall of Fame said no. I have no idea why. I would love to find out. I'm sure there's an answer. Maybe there's not, but why? If the writers want it, why don't you just implement it that way? Seems strange. What am I missing?
I don't know. Nothing for me.
Okay. This is not politics. It's baseball. Let's release the ballots, especially when the group that puts them together wants them released. Tell me I'm wrong on that, but I don't think I am. I asked a couple writers. I saw a couple actually tweet about it today. They said, it ain't us. Stop blaming us. You can blame the single individual, but we wanted them to be public. I don't want to give a troll like this too much attention because then this becomes a copycat crime situation. And it is, Kratz, because we had this with Jeter. So you're going to have this with the next surefire Hall of Famer. Someone's going to go, ooh, I'm going to actually steal the storylines and no one.
That's what someone did, though. But that's what somebody did.
That's what I'm saying.
But they didn't even do it. That's what makes me mad. They didn't do it.
What do you mean they didn't do it?
They didn't release who it was. If you're the one person that did this, then you should be like, I did it. It was me. It was me.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that person feels like they're not hijacking Ichiro or Jeter's moment by not releasing who it was? Or do you think that person is like a little sadistic and they're just like, I kind of like the fact that I know it was me and nobody else knows?
I think it's simpler than that. I think you have some people that shouldn't be doing these votes anymore because it is a really large pool and you could cover the sport and get eligibility and then not cover the sport for a really long time and still have eligibility. They did some clearing over the years on that process, but they didn't fully do it. So you're still going to have people that have weird rules that say, oh, I can't do this for a guy his first year. And I know it's not going to matter because everyone else is going to vote for him. Just stupid stuff. So, all right, let's move on from it. Unless,
you think it's the same person?
The same person didn't vote for Jeter?
No.
No?
Actually, maybe. I don't know.
Why did they vote for Mariano? Make him the only unanimous guy, though. Do you think they have discussions behind the scenes and they're like, I'm not going to vote for this person? And then they're like, I'm not going to vote. And then they switch just to make sure that no one's unanimous except for Mariano?
I'm like,
I don't know. I'm just asking.
I really don't care. Like,
okay.
I can't.
You don't care, but it's a big deal because everyone's talking about
it. It's a big deal.
Was he?
I know it is, but I don't care. He's in, right? He's in, and in 5 years, we're going to be like, oh, I can't believe CC Sabathia only got 87% and Billy Wagner got 83%. They're in. They're in
forever.
That's it. For
me.
I
mean, let's dig in here a little bit to this because
what do you got?
Well, CC deserved to be in. Billy Wagner deserved to be in. I thought a long time ago. I hate when they wait till the last year and then they're like, oh, we got to get him in. All of a sudden, he's 82% valid, right?
Agreed.
Carlos Beltran, 100% will get in next year. Andrew Jones probably will get in next year because I don't know if you've seen this or not. Have you seen next year's class?
It sucks.
There ain't nobody getting in for next year's class. I mean, there's some guys that I played with that I think are great. And there's some guys we've had on here and guys that Kratz played with, like Alex Gordon and Edwin Encarnacion and Nick Markakis and Matt Kemp and Cole Hamels. But they ain't getting in. I don't think. There's not one person that I'm looking at. Hunter Pence, they're great players. Ryan Braun ain't getting in because of PED stuff. So I just think, I don't know. I think next year that's why some people are like, oh, wait till next year to get Andrew Jones in. And I'll wait till next year to get Carlos Beltran in because next year, some of these numbers for some of these guys, because if they start, oh, we got to vote for 10 people. Like Mark Burley's going to get a big bump next year. You would think Pedroia is going to get a big jump next year because none of the new guys coming on, honestly, are that close for me.
Yeah, Utley is at 40%.
Yeah, he'll get. I bet you he comes close next year if he doesn't get in.
Yep.
Because they're gonna be like, I got to vote for 10.
Maybe Pettit gets a boost because CC's in, and there are numbers comps there. Yeah, and he was at 21% here. I know two guys that probably won't get that much of a bump.
A-Rod and Manny?
Yeah, some people are like, well, why would people vote, more for Bonds and Clemens?
You don't have to vote for 10. I get that.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are like, well, I got 10 votes. I might as well use them.
But also, people are going to delineate the pre and post testing era. And
of course.
And to me, that's fair. If that's part of your process, then that's fine. I mean, Manny and A-Rod were suspended for performance-enhancing drugs at a time when the league was trying to crack down. That's okay for someone to have that as part of their process.
What are the rules? Does anybody know the rules to be on the Hall of Fame ballot? What are the rules? Like, what are the qualifications? Does anybody know? I know it's 10 years, right?
I thought that's
to vote or to be a player?
No, to be on the ballot.
To be a player on the ballot.
Yeah.
I don't know. Why do you
10 years of service?
Because I'm looking at it, says it has the list. I don't know who put this list out. I don't know who it is, but it names all these people, but then other possible candidates is Kipnis, and I don't think Kipnis, he was just short of 10 years. That's why I didn't know.
I don't know.
No, I don't mean that. I just don't know.
I'm not eligible. I found out.
Played in each of 10 years. So you only need parts of 10 years. You don't need 10
I thought it
years
was okay.
Player must have played in each of 10 major league seasons.
Okay.
You see it, the whole list here. Okay. Kratz is back.
Get Erik in the
minor
hall.
League Hall of Fame too. Is there a minor
Not
league
the
Hall
first
of Fame?
time. Oof. I hope not.
I don't know.
Larry Bowe tweeted about Jimmy Rollins and feels like he should get more love, 18%. Some sabermetric nerds send me notes about Bobby Abreu, who's at 20%. I'm rounding up from the point.
Yeah.
Just for everyone to know. And then David Wright went from 6 to 8%, got 8 more votes this year. Just throwing out a few stats if it means anything to anyone.
I don't know. We'll see. Next year is going to be interesting, though. The three guys that got in this year were kind of the three everyone expected to get in. Next year, it's going to be interesting to see who makes the jump.
Yep. Andrew Jones is going to get in next year.
Yep.
I'm with you, though, here. The one thing I'll do, and then we'll show the reactions from them, is I'll shout out Billy Wagner. I've been on that boat for a long time.
We all have.
I got texts from people because back in my MLB TV days when people were watching, I would talk about that every year. And I just felt like as soon as he was on the ballot, that one made sense to me. It made more and more sense, I guess, as the years went by. But congratulations to Billy Wagner for getting in. That's a good one. So can we start with him? Let's start with Billy Wagner if we can, and how emotional he was.
Yes. Thank you.
That's cool. And actually, you can hear from Billy Wagner. I mean, this is obviously before the fact, but talking all about his Hall of Fame case on the Phillies show. So you can check that show out. You got to dig back a little bit. It was from December, but you can also look it up on YouTube or wherever you get your pods. Billy Wagner's a really good interview. I've interviewed him many times. And I like when guys are just straightforward about saying, hey, I think I should be in. Here's why. Their playing days are over. And it doesn't hurt to state your case, because that's what happens. If you don't think it matters, then why do writers change their voting process each year?
I don't know. I don't know why one year you're a Hall of Famer and the next year you're not. I never understood that. Why the vote totals go up. People pay attention more. I don't get it.
I have one excuse. Sometimes people have an overfilled ballot and they actually have to knock people off.
Still.
What changes?
The numbers
Kratz
don't
looks
change.
confused. Of course, the numbers don't change, but the ballot gets too full. So
Like
anyway.
next year, obviously, with the new people coming on, the ballot's going to fall down. So there'll be opportunities for other people, i.e., some of the guys that just missed this year to get in.
Andrew Jones is actually an easy one for me too, since he's come on. I mean,
If Andrew Jones gets in, Torrey Hunter should definitely be looked at. Jim Edmonds should definitely be looked at because their numbers are very
Kenny
similar.
Lofton.
Huh?
Kenny Lofton.
Kenny Lofton was a different type player.
But he should get looked
Given
at
his
too.
numbers.
Yeah, but he's off the ballot.
Here's my thing with Andrew Jones. You talk to many people around the game, and they say he was the best defensive center fielder ever. Ozzie Smith he got in for his glove. Shouldn't center field get treated the same way? But then, oh wait, it's not like he was a bad offensive player. He had a really good run.
So I mean, I played with Andrew Jones at the end of his career.
Yeah,
I played with Torrey Hunter in the prime.
I get your Torrey take.
And Torrey Hunter was the best center fielder I ever saw. Now I didn't get to see Andrew at his prime, other than on TV. But Torrey Hunter was the best center fielder I ever saw. Jim Edmonds was unbelievable out there. He probably has, if not the greatest catch of all time, one of the top 5 greatest catches of all time. When he's running backwards and he full dives and full extension, catches the ball over his shoulder. I mean, there it is. Jim Edmonds. But see, these guys already are off the ballot. Torrey's at least still on the ballot. I mean, he squeaked by again.
Oh, he just made it again.
He was 5.1%, so he stays on again. But
good for him.
But my thing is like, how does he not get? I don't know. It's interesting to me how you can look at one person, look at another person, and say, well, he got in. And I've asked Ken this before, and Ken doesn't really have an answer for me either.
On why Torrey's not in. Oh, yeah, we talked about it recently.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Ken's ready to go. So let's step aside. We can get his thoughts on the Hall of Fame results, but also let's get to some other biz
you know what I'm gonna
with
do?
Ken.
When we go to New York for this,
which you're
I'm
looking
gonna ask
at right
all
now.
the writers. I'm gonna ask, are they all gonna be there?
No.
I'm gonna ask them. Did
Not
you vote?
every
Did
writer.
you vote for Ichiro?
Yeah.
Did you vote for Ichiro? Did you vote for Ichiro?
Actually, that'd be funny. That would be like a funny TikTok if that's still a thing. Foul Territory is streaming the 100th annual New York Baseball Writers Dinner on Saturday. It's super cool that the 100th annual dinner, the event being done for the 100th time, is being streamed live for the first time to a global audience that can catch it for free wherever you are. Just log in to YouTube. Be right back with Ken Rosenthal.